Try not to laugh to this CrackerMilk Podcast.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the
CrackerMilk Podcast.
Do you want to see the full unedited version of this bad boy, extended, uncut, all the swears, all the silliness? It'll run for about an hour to an hour 20. Patreon is where you can see it for as little as a couple of bucks. Did you just fart?
No,
I am
okay.
joined, I am your host Connor, co-host Elias. We are joined by Goob and of course the beautiful Nichameleon. And today you might be thinking, nice hats. Well, they're not hats, they're actually deflectors. We have expertly spent probably what? The deflectors that we bought for
hours?
probably we got
I spent $13,000 on mine.
I can tell.
The engineer really was scamming.
I got
Could you close the
customized.
door for the aircon, mate? We spent thousands of dollars on them. Elias a little more on his, and that is because we are talking about some things that we are scared that the government might crack down on us for. That's right, we're talking about our favourite conspiracies today. Now let me clarify one more thing before I pass it to the room. These are fun conspiracies, not fuck off conspiracies, not Donald Trump conspiracies, not like late 2020s conspiracies.
Get rid of all of mine then.
Yeah, sorry. Conspiracies used to be so fun. They used to be so cool, and then they just turned into like kind of fucking uncomfortable stuff. You know what I mean? The last fun one was 9/11. There's a lot of fun in that one. So, Nick, tell me about it, right? You've got some conspiracies yourself.
Yes, I do. I have some fun pop culture ones. I have some Disney ones. So the first one I remember is that the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, I'm not sure which Disneyland or whatever, Disney World or whatever it's in, but the Pirates of the Caribbean ride has a real life human skull somewhere in its like...
I've heard about this as well.
Yeah.
Are there like fake skulls in there as well, like a pile of skulls?
Yeah, but then one specific one. I think they even know where it is. I don't know. I was going to read an article on it, and then it had so many ads in the article, I just went, nah.
Yeah.
I reckon it's Walt Disney's skull.
Really?
Yeah.
He's not real.
No, I think he's frozen. He's proper frozen.
Well,
Proper frozen,
I thought
yeah.
that was a real thing that he froze himself, or like his brains.
Well, it's a conspiracy theory that he is frozen, but they didn't want you to like know that, so they came up with the movie Frozen, so that when you type in Walt Disney Frozen, it comes up with the movie rather than him being frozen.
So dodgy.
Wake me up when the Jews are oppressed again.
Oh no, Walt.
Oh no, Walt.
Yeah, he's not a good fella. He was not a good fella.
He's not.
But he did make some really fun rides, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
And films.
yeah, well, he
Not
drew
anymore.
He drew Mickey Mouse on the plane, like on the way to pitching Mickey Mouse. He was like, I don't fucking know, and he drew it on the plane.
Oh my god.
They named a flavor after him as well.
What's that?
Malt.
No, mate.
They did.
Vanilla
I
Walt.
saw that.
Vanilla Walt. It does taste like anti-Semitism.
I saw that on Facebook.
It's like the W flipped upside down.
You're so smart. Is it that hat?
Yeah.
Now, what's another one you got for me?
Another Disney one is that with some of the cartoons, movies, the word sex is seen in some weird like scenes. Like Rafiki has his like dust, and then you can see. But apparently, supposedly, they're not horny bitches. It's supposed to say SFX because it was like a nod to the special effects people.
Is that like when they put
Yeah.
that porn in the background of that movie with the mouse and it goes past the window and they're like watching porn in the window?
What?
Have you ever seen that?
Wait, is that Ratatouille?
No. It's like I don't know, the mouse movie. He's like got a hat. He looks Polish. It's like a Polish looking mouse.
Yeah. Is it like the Rescuers or something?
Stuart Little.
What?
Rat porn?
A Disney,
I don't know.
A Disney movie?
Yeah, and they're like scooting down the street and then you're seeing the windows go by and if you pause it, there's like someone watching porn.
Hey, at least they're realistic. Like,
That
people
is-
do watch pornography.
So- very funny.
You're telling me if I was jerking off to Rafiki and they're like where it said sex,
Yeah.
it's actually SFX. So I was
Yeah.
just jerking off to Rafiki.
Well, yeah.
Which you were doing anyway, dude.
No, I was jerking off to the word sex.
You get horny when you see the word sex.
I used to.
What about now?
Yeah.
Now it's SFX.
Yeah, right. Okay. Well, that's really interesting. That because I know that like in the like one of the posters for the Little Mermaid, like you can see a cock and balls in the background, and it's visibly a cock
I need
and
to
balls.
see this. How?
There it is. It's legit a cock and balls. You see it. It's like part of the castle, part of the Atlantis castle, whatever it is.
Oh.
And they've made it like a dick.
Oh.
I was watching it in Comic Sans.
You were watching the movie.
That's sick.
How do you do that?
Well, I just changed it from Arial to Comic Sans.
Oh, fuck, I hate
Fuck
that.
my life. I'm so
I
upset.
have another conspiracy theory
yeah.
about this one, I don't know how real it is. I believe it. Okay, so you know how Disney hasn't been putting out any good films recently. They're all dog shit. Like, they're so bad.
100%.
So bad. I think they're doing it on purpose to tank their stock so that Apple can buy them.
Does Apple have enough money though?
I'm pretty sure
That's why they're tanking their stocks.
I'm pretty sure Apple and Disney were planning, like Apple wanted to buy Disney ages ago as well. I mean, Steve Jobs was one of the people that made Pixar, so it makes sense. Like, he made Pixar. Pixar got acquired by... That would be fucking horrifying, watching Apple buy Disney. That's scary.
Well, it's like, you know,
Imagine having an iPhone with the hidden Mickeys everywhere.
like,
going back to
Disney-
Snow White, right? Like when
We'll
she
never
bites
get
the apple,
Gosh.
she goes to sleep, dude.
Yeah, so true, and that's what's going to happen to society. You bite the
Yeah.
apple, and you're going to fall asleep, and you're going to be a victim of the oppressors. You know
How
what
do we
I'm
know
saying?
that hasn't happened to us already, dude?
How do you know-
we haven't
Yes,
bitten the apple?
What if we're in a simulation from our iPhones? What if this is all a simulation? That means anything goes.
Hey, calm down.
Sorry.
That's a crazy conspiracy.
Sorry.
The only
We're
thing
just
stopping me from believing that one is that Disney's the one that buys everything, you know?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
opposite.
they hold a monopoly, which is really funny.
I think that's why they're
No,
taking
they
it.
don't own Monopoly.
Monopoly's owned by
Surely-
someone else, yeah.
Surely there's a reason that every single film that they've made in Marvel and Disney and Pixar is just like
Wars.
so bad. Star Wars,
I reckon
so bad.
it's because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. That's what I think. I reckon they're
That's
like.
silly.
I reckon they're.
Not taking risks anymore.
Yeah, I reckon they're like it's
cock
it's
castles.
way it's way easier to just like pander and like make content that they know will make a return on investment rather than make anything.
But are they though? Like, I swear they're not getting.
definitely making a lot of
I
money.
don't know. I
still.
think that I don't know if they're actually getting money from Disney Plus.
Oh yeah, they are.
For
Oh yeah,
sure.
they're making so much money.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Compared to like
They
all the
fucking
movies
they're
and
so
stuff.
cheeky. When Disney Plus came out, it was like undercutting the market by like such a huge margin, and then they went, by the way, we're now more expensive. The thing about Disney Plus that's interesting is they bought Fox right before it, so you have all of the Fox stuff, like you have Scrubs,
And Hulu now.
Simpsons, Futurama, Family Guy, like all these shows that like people will get those services just for like one of those shows because
Yeah.
there's so many series on them. But streaming services don't make a lot of money.
No.
And here's my conspiracy.
Yeah.
Streaming services are actually controlled by Big Pharma.
He's really tall, and I've seen him.
Big Pharma.
Yeah, I
Big
don't know.
guy.
Who's that?
I'm just saying Big Pharmacy.
Farmer was pretty big.
Pharma
He's
was
a
a
huge, and he wanted a wife every fucking season.
Pharma was alive. Give it to me. Now, dinosaurs. There is a museum in America that is about humans being around when dinosaurs were around.
Dinosaurs.
Agreed.
Agreed?
Yeah, I've seen the TV show.
Which one?
The one with the the cavemen, and they were like, it was like kind of like they're made of clay.
What?
What are you talking about, man? Do you say
Man, I saw it when I was a kid. I can't remember the name of
it's a
it.
documentary?
Are you talking
Yeah,
about Ice
yeah.
Age?
No. Like earlier.
No, dinosaurs in Ice Age until
It
the
was like
third one.
It was like claymation.
Yeah.
Claymation.
And it was like there was like cavemen and the dinosaurs and stuff, and
Are you talking about Clay
Gumby?
Fighters on the Sega Genesis?
I think you're just talking about world history, mate, because that's the truth.
It is,
everything was
yeah.
in clay until I was 10.
Imagine humans and dinosaurs at the same time.
What's the proof of that? How do you prove
well,
that?
it's fundamentalist Christians think the world's only 2,024 years old or like 5,000 years old or
Right.
whatever.
Gogs.
So and they believe in...
Gogs. That sounds familiar.
Is there
Never
a
saw it.
picture?
Never
Is it?
saw it. That is so...
Dude, I remember those.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
terrifying.
Skit show?
That's
You
terrifying.
kind of look like one of them. You actually look like a gog.
Were
Put
they
an
on,
image
like,
up
a
of a
skit
gog
show?
and then one of Elias.
that one.
Now, Goo, you got a conspiracy?
Yeah, I got a conspiracy.
Yeah, go on.
Sounds pretty
I'm
serious.
so ready.
You ready for this one?
I'm so ready.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you know the famous film Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
I love that film.
I
Do you
genuinely...
know what
I haven't seen
decade
that.
that came out in?
1980?
Do you know what else was in 1980? Ronald Reagan. I believe that.
Ronald Reagan framed Roger Rabbit.
I believe Who Framed Roger Rabbit was America convincing more American men to join the army because they had Jessica Rabbit. And they were like, no one was fucking, no one was going to war, and they made Jessica Rabbit. We went to war.
I'd die for Jessica Rabbit. That is a fair point because I would slaughter
psyop.
1,000 men in the Gulf War if it meant I got to cop
imagine
a
you're in
feel of
war.
Jessica
Why are
Rabbit.
they going to war over golf? to be honest. Like,
It wasn't over golf, it was for golf.
Yeah.
oh, so if you lost the war, they would have taken golf away.
Yeah, like what the fuck? That's
Yeah,
crazy,
But
dude.
there's another. No, I don't think this is conspiracy. I think this is just a flat out truth. Is that when Jessica falls, you can see her. They literally drew in her vagina.
No.
That's
Yes,
yeah. That's for the
flat
boys
out.
on the front line.
That's
Flat
not
out.
true.
Yes, it is
What
100%
timestamp
true.
is that on?
But they had to take it out for the new ones or whatever. They've like blurred it. They made it black now, so you
So
can't
you can-
see it.
you could see
but flat out, she
More for
had
the
her legs
imagination.
open and she had her JJ out while she fell off the car or
One
whatever.
sec, I'm just gonna.
She's
look, I'm
pranking
just
you,
getting a
dude. You're
text.
getting
It's a whole
fucking
thing.
Are you getting a text?
But imagine you're in the front lines and they didn't have Jessica Rabbit. You'd be like, why am I here?
It's true. You need to have.
Yeah.
You know. What are
see a photo.
you fighting for?
Exactly.
Like Mulan.
And it proves that ugly
A girl.
fucking dudes can get Jessica Rabbits.
What? Are you saying that Roger Rabbit is ugly?
Yeah. He's a rabbit.
He's cute. That is kind
That's
of
a
weird,
weird
though,
text.
isn't it? It is weird. It's a weird like bestiality thing where it's just like.
Yeah, but it's a chick. Who cares?
Damn, you're right.
But the chick isn't the rabbit. The guy's the rabbit.
Yeah, but it's fine when it's that way. When it's the other way around, like
That's what it's
Zootopia.
like?
Damn, dude.
Damn, you're right.
Utopia.
Zootopia.
Zootopia.
Yeah, if you flip that shit, bad.
You can straight up
I
see.
like bunny girls.
If a girl fucks a bunny man, fine. But if a man fucks a bunny girl,
Now,
woman,
I'm just going to clarify. You're correct. That's absurd.
Thank you.
Yeah.
you saw
Thank
it?
you.
No, I
Yeah.
got a text.
Was it there?
Yeah, I got a text off the picture.
Was it there?
Yeah.
I feel
It's
like
legit.
back in the day
No.
with all of these films, animators had a fabulous time. They had
Well,
fun.
Jessica
They had
Rabbit,
fun.
like, she is the most beautiful. Like, I want a woman that looks like Jessica Rabbit, and I don't think that's unreasonable. Like, I don't think that's.
She has no nose,
I don't
right?
think that's unreasonable to say. I want a woman that looks just like Jessica Rabbit and acts like her all the time, and only wears red sequin dresses. That's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think that's weird.
I didn't.
that's fair enough.
What about the girl from the Goofy movie?
The only other cartoon character I was ever attracted to was.
The
I
McDonald's
actually can't say it because people will start calling me a furry, and I can't do that.
Can you tell
Oh,
us?
but
goodness.
everyone had
It's-
it.
can I tell us on the podcast you edit and you can just leave it in?
I'll bleep it
You
out.
know what weird scene really, like, I was weirdly obsessed with was from The Sword and the Stone when the female squirrel becomes obsessed with the kid with Arthur when
I've
he's a
heard this
squirrel.
already, so that is concerning.
Isn't that fucking weird?
That is weird.
I don't know why.
Have you ever beat your meat to that?
No, I was too young to beat my meat to that.
But now,
No, I have other resources to beat my meat to. I just go out to a park and see
Have
a
you been
squirrel in
downloading
nature.
some?
Downloading what?
Porn.
I don't need to download that. I can just go on Disney Plus, put on
No,
Who
to
Framed Roger Rabbit, and
to
get off for the
Neuralink.
next 2 years.
True.
Neuralink.
Dude, I don't think you got Neuralink. I think someone just fucking
Lobotomized.
like lobotomized you.
They didn't do that.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you downloading right now?
Porn.
How much?
Probably 3 terabytes.
Gay?
All.
Misk, you said.
Oh, Misk.
What
Okay.
about squirrel porn?
Yeah, that's in there. Yeah. Oh yes, slap my tit again. Sorry.
Okay.
I've got a conspiracy.
It's meant to be conspiracies. We're just talking about hot cartoon.
No, we
animals.
didn't talk enough about We didn't talk
Yeah.
enough about hot cartoon characters.
Dude, you gotta
okay?
fix
I
that
feel like
hat. It's
you've
making
got-
you malfunctional.
I know. I'm
I feel
sorry.
like you've got a real obsession with attractive cartoon characters.
Yes, it's important
Hottest
that
cartoon
it's okay. Kovu from the second Lion King. Oscar.
The really guilty giggle after that. Like they're very clear you're not
Have
lying.
you beat your meat to Kovu?
She doesn't have
I
meat
don't
to
have.
beat,
I
dude.
don't know. No. No. But there's lots of sexy characters.
What about
that are-
Tarzan?
No.
Really?
No.
those groupers.
I had a conniption growing up because I
Are
was
you okay?
what?
A conniption? Are you okay?
I had an issue.
He had a few
growing
conniptions
up.
and he's never been the same.
Yeah.
And oh my god.
Go
No,
on.
no. I was attracted to all the female characters. Like I had an obsession with Jasmine from Aladdin, and I had an obsession with Meg from Hercules. Me too. Yeah.
Meg hit
so
in a way.
I flat out thought I was gay for like the longest time because I was like, these bitches be hot.
Well, Meg is like. Meg is a cock tease for every young boy and girl. Meg is beautiful. I don't know
She
what
is.
it is. She's bad, you
I
know?
know, she's good.
What's going on there?
Nothing.
What cartoon characters were you attracted to?
No, I was just
Gog.
the gold.
Did you were attracted to any cartoon characters? You were. You're just
Well,
embarrassed.
No, I was trying to think of some.
That weren't incriminating you.
No.
No.
What's the movie? Is it Lost City of Atlantis?
Oh, yeah.
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 She's like half naked the whole movie.
Yeah.
Well, and the mechanic girl is really hot too.
Which one's the mechanic girl?
She's like Latino looking.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
she's-
yeah. Although,
Actually, the bad chick's really good too. She's got like she's blonde and she's got like the dot on her face.
El Dorado,
Yeah, I was going to say El Dorado as well.
I don't.
Yeah.
That I can only think of the two dudes.
Miguel and Julio.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Julia.
we're
Mighty
talking
and
about.
powerful gods.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you want to? I
No,
don't.
the girl in
Did
that.
you say Julio?
It's Julio.
It's Julio, yeah.
The girl in that is drawn
She is.
drawn to again, like, my standards are realistic. I just want a woman who dresses and acts that way.
What about in Chicken Run, that big fat bitch?
She was my favorite. I don't want to be a pie. I don't like gravy.
She's really dumb in the second one.
She's
They
so
like
funny.
fucked her up
Oh, did she
Oh,
get
in
hit in the
Chicken
head?
Run?
in the second Chicken
I was
Run.
thinking of Chicken Little.
Oh, I love that girl.
Chicken Little.
Stuart Little?
Yeah.
I couldn't get through the second.
What's the
Chicken Run.
difference between
Shit.
Stuart Little and Chicken Little?
Chicken
Are they
Little
related?
doesn't make me want to crush something.
They've got the same last name. Are they related?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cousins, dude.
You remind me of Chicken Little.
You remind me of Stuart Little in the sense that I want to step on you. I want to
And you
step
fuck
on you.
birds.
And you fuck birds, yeah.
whoa.
These
Doesn't
are
he-
conspiracies
Doesn't
here.
he get with the ugly duckling in that?
In Chicken Little.
Mm.
Yeah, they at the end they have the action movie. It's fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember that.
You not seen Chicken Little?
Chicken Little's
Bro,
good.
watch that movie.
Chicken Little's good.
Does it have any sexy characters in it? I don't think
It
so.
has like
Dude,
5
at the
sex
end it
scenes.
does.
Chicken Little has like 5 sex scenes. It's insane for a
What?
kid's
Remember
film,
that
yeah.
gets a little fluffy
I didn't
thing and it
think-
holds it by the
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't think you guys are
I'm
watching
confused.
this right
Yeah.
Chicken Little.
Yeah,
movie.
where the one that you sent is via Neuralink, that Chicken Little
Yeah,
movie?
that was the one that I downloaded from the porn website.
Oh, I thought that
What
was
website you use?
Oh, a lot of them.
Disney Plus.
Yeah, Disney.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
We're going to move away from attractive cartoon characters.
Sorry.
I've got another conspiracy
I'm not
theory.
sorry.
I want to ask Goob.
Oh, yeah, fair.
For what?
Conspiracies.
Oh, okay. Well, you know my main conspiracy. I've already spoke about this last podcast. That clones exist.
Yeah.
We know about that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
My other conspiracy is that JFK has had one superpower. He was an X-Men mutant. He had the superpower to make his head explode at any time.
I think we also briefly addressed this.
We did.
That goes deeper though.
But, I was going to say he's still alive. I reckon he's still alive.
You watch
His
his head
head
explode,
explodes.
bro.
Yeah, but
AI.
that's. Have you seen Misfits?
He's right.
One of the characters had like he
Immortality.
dies. Yeah.
And Men in Black.
Comes
that
back.
little, that man.
Oh my god.
The pug?
No, the man's head explodes.
Oh, that's fucking Monk, the guy who plays
Yeah,
Monk.
Monk.
Oh,
and his
yeah.
head blows up and then it grows back straight away.
Yeah.
That is pretty
I
cool.
tried that in real life. It doesn't work.
I know a Balchinian, like in
Oh,
the movie.
Balchinian,
I
yeah.
know a Balchinian, just like in the movie.
Do they cover their chins up with
Well,
stuff?
yeah, it's him. Look at that fucking goatee he's got on him. Make sure he's covering up his testes. It's pretty interesting. Here's a real conspiracy for you that
Really? Conspiracy theory.
Okay, what's your tone?
Sorry.
Okay, I'm here to talk about some real stuff.
Okay.
Bigfoot.
Not
Okay.
real.
Oh,
I think
okay.
only dumb fucking idiots believe.
Why don't they call
in
him
that.
Big Cock instead? Why is it the feet?
Because it's too hairy. You can't see it.
No, but you
Little Red Rock.
can see imprints of it when you see footprints. He's a
a shit
tripod
leaves his
dude.
A snake's been slithering in between these Bigfoot tracks.
He's a tripod dude.
Now, I did have a belief, not that Bigfoot's real, but that I'm fascinated by the fact that there's like hundreds of years of like stories about the hairy men living in the bush, particularly in Australia. Now, the Y-Files has a really good ep on it where they show like why it's so obviously not true. Like a really good ep on like
Like the
Sorry.
classic.
This is really
like the classic
stop
one. though.
scratching your nuts.
sorry.
Now, that classic Paddy Gimlin footage of the thing. It's like it's straight up like a suit, and everyone's like, "But the suit's like skin tight. How could it be a suit?" He stuffed like footballs in his like there to keep it like tight against his skin, and it's like fucking obviously fake. It's so obviously fake. It blows my mind. So, what's interesting to me is, has anyone had sex with a Bigfoot?
Well, he's not real, so.
Well, that's what we think. But are we just looking at a conspiracy to cover up the fact that there's prime puss out there in the bush, prime puss and dick, and they're willing and they're big and they just don't want us near it?
I've seen it.
You've seen what?
Part of the porn that I've downloaded.
Okay.
I think it's just the
Bigfoot
guy in the
porn.
suit not taking the suit off.
Nah.
True. And I'm also okay with that. There are lots
It'd
of
be
stories
stinky.
about yowies, Australian
Yeah, yeah.
yowies. That's a big thing.
Yeah, stealing them at the service station.
You mean the chocolates?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I miss those.
Yowies are.
They exist, bro. You could buy them.
Yeah, but they don't. They're not made of.
They're like $7.
Made of rubber
Mandela
now.
effect.
Yeah, they're fucking expensive. What Mandela effect? They're real.
Yeah, Nelson
Check
Mandela.
again, dude.
We did get one the other day.
Yeah, but they're not.
What'd
You
you
don't get to
get?
put them together.
It was a really fucked up looking Easter thing.
What's annoying is you used to be able to build them
Yeah.
like Lego, and now they're just like a fucking rubber animal.
But you
Yeah.
can't get the yowies again.
That is true.
You can get the
That is
cartoon
true.
yowies.
Yeah. Actually, no, we did.
You
we
could
got
always
a
get the
yowie.
yowie.
Yeah, but they were rare when you got a
Yeah,
yowie.
I've got like
outside.
3 of them if you want one.
No, I used to have like a whole box of them when I was a kid.
I still downstairs. I have an entire plastic container full to the brim of yowies. They're my favorite thing. I used to
Are
go
they the
to
ones with
yowie.
like the little bit on it so you can like put them on a Christmas tree? I have so many of them. I have
some
so
were,
many Christmas
but they did
ones.
like the OGs. You'd put together, and they're little animals, and then they did a dinosaur line, and they're fucking amazing. Like they are so yowies were the coolest things.
yeah.
I love them, and then they came back out, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking collect these. Like I love them, and then I got them, and they're just little dumb little rubber things, and not
know.
like
It's so sad.
Lego.
It's like when you go to McDonald's and they give you the paper for the toy.
Yeah,
Like,
your
here's your
toy is a
paper.
book or a puzzle.
What happened to McDonald's toys? They used to slap.
I
Yeah,
know,
they
they're
did.
The
best.
Sonic games.
There
Remember when
was
they?
Snoopy ones.
Oh, Snoopy ones are worth a lot of money still.
Yeah, you pop
And
their
game
heads off,
demos
right?
and
You swap
cereal
their heads.
Yeah,
boxes.
yeah.
Yeah, you could.
You could, and you could build like
They had Lego at one point. Bionicle.
yeah, it was so
They
cool.
fucking did. I
They had
remember
Tack,
that.
the video game
I
Tack,
loved
and I collected all them
They
ones.
flips.
Kinder Surprise used to be really cool. They did a line of like all the Kinder Surprise characters, like the mice. They had all these maybe.
Oh, the cyborg
What?
ones.
Yep.
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 What?
They were
Exactly.
cool.
Also,
Man.
toys and cereal boxes.
I'm not that
You guys
old.
remember that?
Yes.
I remember Winnie
Yeah.
the Pooh. And
I remember the
Yes.
lightsaber spoon.
Do you remember
Yeah.
getting like the Sims in pizza?
Yeah.
Pizza
Age
box?
of Empires.
I got Age of Empires. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Sims
Nutrigrain
yeah.
that I
That
got
was
it in.
Nutrigrain.
Really?
Yeah.
It
Damn.
was sick.
I think I just stole a box of Nutrigrain and the game, and just thought, this is mine now.
Fuck it.
Imagine putting a CD now, like the fact that they were putting CDs in
That's
these
so
boxes.
funny.
Yeah.
They should
Video
do that.
games.
It's boring
To
now.
the economy, bro.
Dude, you can't even fit a CD in a box of cereal anymore because of
Shrinkflation, yeah.
Shrinkflation.
Here's a conspiracy: shrinkflation's happening not because companies are evil,
We're getting
but
bigger.
because we have smaller mouths.
I was thinking because we're getting bigger, so everything around us is smaller.
Or it's getting
Everything feels
ice
small
age.
to you though.
So we
Oh.
have shrinkage.
Also, because it's so cold, everybody's shrinking.
shrinkage, yeah. Yeah, my
That
dick
explains my
suffers from
Cheerio.
shrinkflation.
Yeah, okay, good. We're on the same page there.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
actually
yeah, yeah.
opposite. We're actually going into a hotter climate.
The climate's
I have-
changing across the world.
I have a conspiracy theory.
Yep.
I actually believe this one. So people are made up of 60% water, but Connor's made up of 80% shit. How is that possible?
It is taken a lot of research and study to figure out how I'm made up of so much poo. The bottom line is they simply
Coffee.
don't know. No,
He's a slimer.
Coffee's what they recommend
To get it
flush
out. Yeah, exactly.
When I get here early in the morning, I don't know if you've seen Ghostbusters, the famous true story. But you know
Slimer
the Slimer
always visits overnight.
Yeah, Slimer. I can see him in here. He's brown. He floats around.
Slimer,
And I
I'm
go,
like,
I hear Buster makes me feel
he,
good.
go,
as
he
well,
goes,
which
he
is
goes, what's
great.
with all this? And I go, Slimer's here again, dude. Look at all this slime around. And he doesn't question it. I'm just like, Slimer, oh, look at all this slime. And he's like, really? He's like, oh, I got some on my arm again. Oh, you got some slime on your chin. Like, it sucks. But yeah, it's Slimer, dude. Every morning.
Only visits here.
Every morning, Slimer comes. And sometimes you're here in the morning. Remember when you were here and we had to convince him it was Slimer? Remember?
Yeah.
Remember how we had to convince Goob
I
of
forgot
Slimer?
about that. Yeah.
Now, speaking of Slimer, he's a ghost, isn't he? And a conspiracy is, of course, the existence of ghosts. Do you guys believe in ghosts?
Yep.
Do you?
Mhm.
For real?
100%.
I think they're pronounced jokes.
I love that you're like Bigfoot's fucking lie. You're like 100% ghosts.
I
It's not
reckon,
pronounced.
yeah.
Now, that's not a conspiracy. It's not pronounced Jost.
Ghosts.
no, they are.
No, it's
Like
not
GIF.
GIF.
Yeah. So I've only read it. I don't know.
See, I
believe-
reckon there's so much that we don't see because of our like visual spectrum of light, and I think that
And because we're
animals
bongs all
can
the
see
time,
it.
so like we don't know.
And we're not wearing these
Yeah.
hats all the time.
Yeah.
Because I did see Slimer in the other room. I'll have to visit him soon just to make sure there's not a lot of slime in there.
Have you guys ever had like a weird like thing happen to you, like unexplainable
Only
thing?
one.
What?
Well, two. Only
Other than
two.
Slimer?
That can be explained.
Okay, one.
No, okay, so the first one was I had a really vivid dream, and the dream, like, I remember waking up being like, that was a weird fucking dream, and then 3 weeks later, I was on a film set doing a commercial for a basketball team, and the exact thing that happened in the dream happened to me. I was next to you, and I literally, the only evidence I could, like, the only way I could do anything was to, like, slap Elias and, like, and be like, this has happened to me before. I remember this happening in a dream. It was like the same lights, the same location. Elias was in the dream.
Like
it was
a premonition.
and it was fucking absurd because I've never bought that shit. I've never believed in it at all. And that moment, like, I talk as it, like, listen to me now. I'm talking with certainty that happened because it fucking melted my brain so much.
That's so weird.
And anytime you bring it up to people who are, like, just naturally going to deny anything weird, they're like, you probably just, like, thought of that.
I planted it in your brain.
You're in my ear.
Like when you were fucking, when you were
Slimer.
with Slimer.
When I was
when you
trying
were
to catch
sliming.
Slimer.
Yeah, I was
Wait,
there,
so-
and I just told you.
Is that? Did you say there's two?
Oh, the other one was when one night I, like, was asleep and I was just falling asleep and I woke up, and you know, like, the ultraviolet light you see in your eyes? It was like an incredibly vivid demonic face, right? Like, I woke up. And there was, like, I woke up in pitch black darkness, and there was, like, an ultraviolet demonic face staring at me with, like, big orange hair, like frizzy orange hair, and it was like smiling at me manically with, like, black holes for eyes. And I woke up, and, like, the only reason I remember it is because I physically recoiled. Like, I woke up and, like, literally jumped back out of fear.
Oh, I'm literally getting goosebumps.
and,
I hate that.
and it just faded away, and it was like it was straight up in my, like, listeners probably go, that's a trick of the eye, and it probably is a trick of the mind or whatever. And there is, it could be, but, like, I've had that, you wake up and have that shit. It was so vivid. I think that was the part that blew my mind, was, like, it was straight up a face. Like, there was no, like, it
Like, you
wasn't,
can picture it
Yeah.
now.
yeah, I can visualize the face, and it wasn't like, oh, that looks like a face. It was, my first reaction was, holy fuck, what the fuck is that? And then it was, like, processing, like, this fading of ultraviolet light. Very, very weird.
Ew, I hate it.
Those are the two weirdest things I've ever done, aside from, like, experiences on narcotics, but I was on narcotics.
Doesn't really count, I guess. Do you have any?
Yeah, when my brother was like 1, we lived in a house at Canon Hill, and my brother would basically be looking around all the time and, like, seeing shit, and we were just like, oh, he's a little kid. And once he was just down the hallway chattering to himself, because he does that, and he comes up and he goes, oh, the man, like, he could just barely speak. He goes, the man who smells like cheese and blood did this. And we were like, sorry,
No.
the who?
And he goes, too little to do, like,
No.
yeah, like, he's not watching TV or anything. And he goes, the man who smells like cheese and blood. Like, he was like, that makes sense. And he goes, yeah, I see him all the time. And my family was like, what the fuck? We moved that house, literally, I reckon, because of that. We lived on 2 like, old blocks, but it was 2 new houses. We found out that the house, there was an old man in there who killed himself because he slit his own throat.
No.
Yeah, and then they built the 2 houses on top, but his body was sitting there for like 4 weeks or something.
damn.
What?
Yeah, and my
That's
brother
wild.
And he
doesn't
loved
remember
cheese.
it.
Really?
Well, we were thinking like cheese, like rotting or mold.
Yeah.
But he was just chill with it, and we would always hear him, like, we used to go, oh, my Chase always
Nah.
chatters and stuff.
Nah.
to
Have
me."
you asked
Now-
about that since?
fucked.
Yeah, he does not remember it, and it freaks him out. He doesn't like talking about it.
Really?
No, I wouldn't want to either.
Do you know what
Was
that
it you?
was? That was the rats
From Mars.
from the moon.
Don't be
What about,
stupid.
what about the ones you telling me about the Mars?
I don't want to talk about that on the podcast.
That's so scary. See, that's when you're
Yeah.
like, I think ghosts do exist. Bless you again. You know, because it's like there's so many unexplained things like that that are like, it's like, ugh.
Do you have unexplained stuff?
The only thing I've had, I feel like people that are more open to the idea of ghosts see ghosts, and I'm terrified of seeing ghosts, so I like to just be like, no, thank you. So I think that's what stops me from seeing things like
Terrified
that.
of ghosts, like it's.
I
like
hate the idea of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me too.
I think scary.
You
but
not like Slimer.
one time, Kian and I were
He's got
driving
big
back
ass
from the cinema, and we're going past like the industrial place, but the industrial place is on the river. I don't know. It was really weird. We're driving, and there's this giant green light that just lights up the entire sky for a solid 4 seconds. It looks out of this world. It doesn't look like it's a part of, like, it's not blue light. It's not like, it doesn't look human made. It looks green, and it lit up the sky for like 4 seconds. And both me and Kim were like, "What the fuck is that?" And then he wanted to go and try and find it, and then I was scared. And I was like,
Damn.
no.
You know, I saw that once, but it was from a copper meteorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It lit up
same.
the whole sky, and it was like
Interesting.
Blew my mind.
absurdly green. I'm like, and like I was driving with someone into the valley, and they started to freak. They're like, "What the fuck? What is that?" Like freaking out. And then
Was it like a thing? Because this was like, it lit up the whole sky.
Yeah, it was. So we saw the light first, like the really bright light, and then I looked over, and it was this incredibly bright meteorite coming. It literally felt like there was a brief second where it was very clear that the person driving thought we were going to die. Like,
Fuck it, I'll do it now.
Yeah, it was but I don't know if that's what it was.
That's
but
crazy. That's interesting. That's
Yeah.
because it was very green.
I saw the same thing when I was on the
Yeah.
park, and it blew my mind.
That was probably
Really?
the PCP that was coursing through your body. Yeah.
He's looking at the sun. Look at that meteorite, bro.
It's like green. Now, have you had any moments?
There is one similar to the basketball thing that you had when I was younger, and I just remember, like, it was so crazy because I remember talking to my parents about it, just seeing like a what
Nothing.
what
Nothing at all.
it was just like, it was such a fucking weird moment of just like a plastic bag, just like it was like just floating across the street, and like when I was like walking down it, and it was just like this weird fucking moment that so I wrote a song about it.
Oh my god.
I believed you for a second.
No,
Why did I
that
believe
did
you?
actually happen,
Why
but
did
then I
believe
started
you?
thinking
Dream
about
about a
the-
plastic bag, and then you saw a plastic bag.
No, but it was just like the way everything was like
Your brain
set up,
slowed down.
which is like, yeah, it was like very
And
similar
never sped
to
back
like,
up.
yeah,
And it becomes clay.
but
That's
I
interesting.
don't, I've had a lot of like deja vu stuff, but that one like always just really
Stuck,
sticks with
yeah.
me.
I had this really other crazy moment happen where someone said, "Hey, I got vintage street sharks here," and I went, "Awesome, I'll buy it." And then he went, "Oh, I'm not there anymore."
I don't think that ever
And it
happened.
happened in like a minute. I really broke my heart.
I don't think that ever
Yeah.
happened. But I will just say that I was walking through an antique shop and I saw a street shark and went, "Oh, that's cool." And I took a photo and sent it to him and said, "I'll get that for you if you want. You can reimburse me." I went to poo, did a poo, and then walked out and got in the car. And he went, "Yeah, keen." I went, "I'm not there anymore. Sorry." So I lost my memory during the
Slimer
poo.
got him.
Slimer got me in the toilet. I had to go visit
It's because you
Slimer.
were sitting on the toilet on TikTok, so you got distracted.
Yeah, I did pretty much. And left. I was like, "Fuck this place," and left and totally forgot.
But yeah,
I have the street shark in this house somewhere. I've just never told him.
Like the bug.
yeah.
Now, my parents, like my mum and that whole family, have seen it. What's up?
Nothing.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Just because.
Well, my mum and my whole family have seen,
Spooks.
have had like really spooky experiences, and my dad, for all of his flaws, saw a UFO and told me about it when I was very young, like 9. And like I, over the years, like over a decade, would ask him again and then not talk to him and then ask him again. And he has verbatim said the same thing about the same experience over and over again, where he was just like driving down a country road in Bundaberg, sees like these weird lights in like a sugarcane field, and he pulls over and watches, and it just this thing that he said looked like a sunglasses case, like a you know, like that oblong looking shape, just complete silence, just like had lights, and just got up out of the sugarcane and just shot off at a speed he's never seen. But my dad was ex-military, so his brain went, "It's probably ex-military." That's immediately what he thought. But he's like, what was weird about it was it made no sound. He was like, it made absolutely no sound. This was back in like the 80s or 70s.
That was it.
That's our conspiracy alarm when the
I
government's
was so
nearby.
into it, I scared the shit out of me.
Man, unexplainable shit.
I do have one similar to.
I think I've blocked
yeah,
shit
right.
out. Like,
yeah,
there's
I know.
definitely shit
I
that I,
just don't
remember that
think
I've like
you've. I just
blocked
don't
out.
think you've seen something.
I never said I saw anything.
He's special, bro. He needs to see something.
But my dad has a similar one where because he goes out hunting in the middle of like literally nowhere. Like there is no lights for 100 kilometers any direction. And then he's out there, I think with my brother, and they've set up camp and everything. Middle of the night, completely pitch black, nothing. Suddenly a light, like a spotlight on them from the sky and lit up everything like it was daytime. And then it just went away.
I mean, when we
Done.
went camping in Girraween, which is like
yeah.
up near a granite belt, we were all camping, and Goob was in the tent with
Yeah, I
Chris.
have had a spooky moment.
And
Oh.
and I was in the van, and No. Yeah, you're in the tent with Chris. I was in the van. You're in your hammock. That sat hilariously low, like literally half a foot off the ground.
The hammock, the tent I was in with Chris was huge.
It was big.
And it was like a pyramid tent, and I was next to the
canvas
closest to
window.
the forest.
Yeah, it had like a mesh window. And I don't know, Chris is a little shit.
But
And
the way he said it is like
he swears on his life by this.
and
like,
he's like sorry that he told me the story.
Yeah,
so
so-
it makes me feel like
Oh God, what happened?
So like we wake up the next morning and he's just like, which one of you, like jokingly, he's like, which one of you took a piss on my tent? And we're like, what? And he's like, seriously, which one of you took a piss on my tent? I thought it was you. I'm like, no, I don't do that. I just open the back door of my van and stand off the back door and piss while standing in my van. And Eliza's like, I didn't do it. He
I couldn't get
heard,
out of the
I
hammock.
pissed my
It was
pants.
fucking-
he heard straight up like heavy footsteps walk up to the side of the tent where Goob is, stand beside the tent, like right where Goob is, just looking apparently at Goob, like what he felt was
Nope.
looking at Goob.
Nope.
And then
Nope.
and straight up he was and then he's like, and I just heard it and went, oh, that someone's just standing there taking a wee. And he didn't hear anyone leave.
So did he hear the wee?
No, he just heard someone walk up, and he didn't hear anyone leave. He straight up just
he said he sat there and waited for someone, and he literally fell asleep waiting for them to move again. So something was just
No, I'm not going camping. I'm never going camping.
And I had a
I'm not
massive,
going outside.
I had a
no.
massive go at him for it, like a massive go. Put that back on right now.
I'm scared, Mom.
Well, I was like, because Chris is a little shit talker, so I was like, you shut up, you're lying. And every time I've said that or brought it up, I've been drunk with him and brought it up. He's like, nah, dude, I swear on my life, that's legit.
yeah.
Nah.
I had to move my cot over into the middle because I didn't want to be next to the.
To be honest, when I hear that, I just think it was
Stabbing his
I think it was
height.
some murderous motherfucker, just some creepy
But he would have
motherfucker.
stood there for
Yeah, I think it was straight
30
up some
minutes.
creepy fucking country freak that was stalking. It's a really remote campsite. I reckon someone's just walked by their tent and gotten bored, and because people are fucking arrogant, and it wouldn't shock
That's
me.
even creepier though.
Yeah, and that's what bothers me, because it wouldn't shock me if some prick is just walking around looking for an opportunity or seeing if they could kill someone or take someone or what's going on.
The creepiest part about that area too, we went swimming. To the three of us, and because it's near a military base, and we're swimming and we hear a noise and we look up, and over is a Globe Master or whatever they're called, the big
that
transport,
massive
and
one,
two
yeah.
jets go over. So we're close to a military base, and then when we went later, that's where the nuclear plane landed, where the Americans they flew their nuke.
Yeah, they
For
flew
some
nukes.
reason.
They were
So it's a very operating.
Oh my God. Wait, where is this?
Girraween near Stanthorpe, right on the border.
Okay.
Beautiful spot,
Yeah,
really
awesome.
beautiful.
So it was very odd. It's already a creepy alien-looking place, and then we heard that, and we were looking out the tent, and it's got that bush, and I remember seeing there was that
That
hole
little
in
trail.
it. And we were like, oh.
I reckon it was a dude. I reckon there's to be honest, if you're going to be a fucking murderous little go out far deep, far into these country towns.
Why
and
didn't
you're
they go
gonna
to Hammock Boy?
Yeah, they could just fucking stab me through the back of the bottom of the hammock.
Oh my
because
God.
I don't think it was about.
No, because they couldn't get their hand in there because it was so close to the ground.
I think that
Yeah,
stuff.
true.
I think that stuff
Saved me.
a lot to do with control. I think it's a lot to do with these people are asleep. They don't know I'm here, and I'm up in their shit looking around. Because if you think about a campsite, we'd often leave, and campsites aren't secure. And you just trust the people around you, because most the campsites are normally populated with people. So I just reckon it was some fucking freak.
Was there anyone else around, or was this just?
A lot of possums
that
fucking
time-
under my hammock.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of people when we went.
No, that's when the school. Remember the school that was there? That was
Was that one time? Was that time, or was that the other time?
maybe the school was when it was just the three of
I
us.
think
But
it
when it was
was-
with Chris,
there was a lot of people because we were all.
yeah. So
there
it
was
was
lots of
and Josh
people.
was
Yeah.
there.
Because
There
we
were
had a
a lot
lot
of
of crew
people.
as well.
Weird. What if it was just a drunk person that just was like, I think this is my tent, and then just stood there and was like,
Yeah, it could have been that.
Oh, that's,
I
it's
think it
just
is.
weird. And
No,
it's
I
just
don't like
where
it.
Also,
we
no,
were.
that was when I was
Nah.
in my tent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it wouldn't have been because Chris was there. So it wouldn't have been because when it was just Elias, he was in a hammock on his own, and Goob
Yeah.
was sharing the van with me. And Goob made his own bed because he's such a short king. He made it on the floor of my van,
It was so cold.
and he made I had
It
a
was
little.
so cold.
It was freezing. He had to climb in bed with me, and we had to spoon naked all night. And Slimer visited.
Slimer visited. Paranormal.
He woke
man.
up and Slimer
God.
and
You know,
had
once
slimed
we
the
met
room.
Smosh and Slimer visited me then too.
Yeah, that was a different sort of. Slimer was really upset.
Yeah, we woke up and that was like a Slimer experience.
That was,
Yeah,
yeah.
woke
Dude,
up
there's slime
covered in ectoplasm.
You
everywhere,
threw up
dude.
everywhere. vomit all
over
over
my face. Like
I don't know.
I was like, he threw up all over himself.
Oh my God.
I threw up all over everyone.
That's so good.
My favorite was Goop was asleep too, so I had thrown up, and he is not a. Oh man, I've never been that drunk again. That's so horrible.
I've never been that
was
drunk
pretty
again
fun.
either.
That was fucked. I can never get that drunk. I can't
We met
believe.
people.
But we were
that drunk.
behaved, and then it all hit me. Thank God.
what were you drinking? Tequila or something?
No,
Everything.
just excessive amounts of beer, like so much
oh my
beer.
God.
It was embarrassing. Like
It was really fun though.
Yeah.
it was fun. Yeah, we got silly.
Smosh
Champ.
won't like us anymore.
I kicked
don't
Goop in a
think.
bush. That's not a conspiracy. I just kicked him in a bush.
But we saved the wings, and we had breakfast wings.
We did have breakfast.
you two did.
So-
I was asleep,
But
and I
some-
kept.
some
went
of-
in the piss bush for a
some
quick
of,
second.
some of them did fall on the ground, but we, scavenged
picked
them
them
up.
back
I
up.
kicked them out on the
off.
balcony because it was one room and they wouldn't shut the fuck up when they woke up, and I was like, "Get out!" Because I was so hungover that I couldn't function. I was like,
Oh,
"Guys,
that sounds
please shut
awful.
up." I had to ask for a late check-in and everything, and I was still like, it was like 10:30, and I'm like, "Guys, please."
Were you supposed to go to Supernova?
Yeah, I sure was,
Yeah.
and then I didn't because I was. I don't think I.
And then
knew
COVID
then.
started.
Yeah, COVID started
That
that
was-
next week.
Yep.
Oh,
that
I
was
remember
happening when we were there.
Yeah, we were
Smosh
in
were
the
Smosh
hotel.
were the patient zero. They were the ones that
gonna
brought it
say,
here.
yeah.
Thanks a lot, Smosh.
Because remember we were in the hotel and we were like, look at this crazy disease. And we're like, this
Yeah.
is fucking stupid.
Wasn't it because a lot of people didn't go to that Gold Coast
Because of
Supernova
COVID,
because of it?
yeah.
Yeah.
It was just kicking off.
Yeah.
You know how crazy it is sometimes I think that we just lost 2 years to COVID? Like it feels like that
Yeah.
time just like it's just this absurd amount of time we
Yeah.
lost.
And my hair.
No, you've got plenty of hair.
Speaking
about-
of conspiracies
Always-
and COVID,
Yep.
what do you guys think?
I don't
About
want to talk
COVID?
about it because
Yeah.
it fucks your channel up.
Yeah, I'm not talking about
yeah,
that shit.
no, that's fine.
No,
Oh, she's like little
no,
horse. She just
no,
she zoom.
xenomorph,
She
out,
zoom.
out.
She is a bit of a xenomorph.
God, she is like the rattiest animal I've ever met.
She is like a rat.
She
She's
just fucking
shaped like a rat.
scurries around like
Yep, she moves
I'm
like
in
a
the kitchen
rat,
trying to make
coloured
something,
like a rat.
and I move half a centimeter, and she goes like runs away like a roach being spotted. It's so fucking nice.
But it's hilarious.
What do you think? What do you guys think about like old sailors' tales? Like
I think they were old and at sea for a long time and bored.
I think they're real.
I
Do you think they all turned gay after a while because they had to like get the rocks
Yeah,
off
they were
somehow?
absolutely fucking out there. But I also think like being, I think sailing's like really romanticized. I think it was a terrible life. Like
Yeah.
the reason pirating was so popular is because that being a part of like the English Navy and stuff and being on boats was so terrible and
Yeah.
like so bad for you.
Like you'd be sick all the time.
Yeah, and they fucking break down all the time, and like you get
Oh,
robbed
yeah,
and
it'd
you're
be sad.
shipwrecked, and like I don't think it was a really good.
I thought you meant breakdown as in like cry.
I'm sure
Like,
they did
oh,
that
this
too.
sucks.
But I don't think it was a very glamorous life. I think it's very romanticized. This idea that like being on a wooden ship where you're contained with a bunch of men, and it
I mean, that's
stinks.
like war as well, right? Like war is very romanticized in a
Yeah.
lot of ways to get people
Yeah.
to.
Well, it was
conscript
back
and
in the
everything,
day.
and like
Yeah.
yeah.
But you only care about like the leaders of a war. Like no one gave a shit about the dude charging into like horses and dying.
Plus, I can imagine that
Yeah.
your dream would be being in a big wooden boat with a lot of stinky men.
for a
you know
couple of
what I mean?
hours, and then he would be like, "I want to go back home and play with Slimer."
And they
he
go
goes,
scrub
I
the
brought Slimer
floors.
onto the boat, dude.
"Did you really?
Yeah.
Were they upset?
No, we all had a good time.
You and all the male sailors,
yeah.
mailers, if you will."
I
Yeah.
love that this whole like slime thing's just going straight over my head. I'm like, yes,
Do you ever
Slimer.
seen Ghostbusters?
Yeah, but many years ago.
You know the green ghost in
Slimer.
Ghostbusters?
Yeah, what about
That's
him?
Slimer.
Yeah, but why?
There's
Why is
slimes
he with
everywhere.
you?
Slime.
Because we're saying there's slime everywhere as in jizz. That's the joke.
Ah, okay, I thought it was more clever than
I heard
that.
Slimer
Oh,
was
come
a
on, it's
siren.
CrackerMilk. Huh?
Slimer was a siren.
Like a mermaid?
Yeah.
Like he sings to you.
Oh, he's the last shit
Ah,
that's
come
sticking
fuck
out. And
me.
you're like,
Oh, whoa. Wasn't it like dugongs were what the what mermaids were, right? Like they were just looking at fucking dugongs. Like
I reckon
doing
they were lying.
I'm pretty sure
and
they were banging them
beating
too.
fucking them dugongs.
There's like, yeah, they were literally.
Really?
banging
I reckon
yeah,
like weird
I've
shit
heard
happens
that.
out on the sea though. Like I mean, you look at like backcountry stuff with like all the alien stuff and everything, and I reckon there's some fucking weird
What,
shit.
like sea
happening out there.
monsters.
I mean, there's just like deep sea gigantism.
Name
there's
one.
a big thing.
Kraken.
Yeah, well, giant squid.
But isn't the giant squid like
the
the size of this room?
The Meg.
It's not very big.
Giant squids are very
they're
big.
massive.
they were pretty
There
big.
used to be like a lot bigger ones as well. Like you can see the scars on sperm whales and stuff, and all
A lot
that, right?
bigger. They're pretty fucking big.
Yeah,
Their eyes are like this big, size
Yeah.
of a piece plate.
yeah, it's fucking. Insane.
But
But they're
the reason-
mostly legs. Like they're not.
Yes.
It's not like the Kraken from fucking
No, it's
No.
not like
Pirates
the
of the
Kraken.
Caribbean. That thing is
And the
humongous.
reason they're really big in the deep sea, and the reason they're so rare isn't because they're like mysterious. It's because they only surface when they're dying. So they come up when they're
Aw,
dying.
that's so sad.
when like boats would freak out because you see these big tentacles on them, and it's just a squid being like, "I'm dying."
Yeah. Goodbye, cruel world.
Yeah, but it is crazy to think how big the ocean is and what could be down there.
I don't like that. Same with space. Scary
it's fun to see.
stuff. Don't like thinking too much about it.
Space is
Scary.
actually
Space is
terrifying.
insane.
Yeah.
Space is a very crazy thing, which is
It's just
why I
scary.
believe in aliens. I just, over time, probably went deep and thought many things, and now I think a lot less because I think there's a lot of snake oil salesmen. I think it's full of just like charlatans and like people who are full of shit.
Messiah complex people, especially. Like,
Oh,
everyone
yeah, the
wants
moment
to be
it-
special.
The moment it becomes people start saying it's the answer to shit, I can't engage in it anymore. Although the aerial school phenomenon, again, is still the most mind-blowing fucking thing I've ever watched ever. Like that stuff, I'm like, every time I like think about it, that's crazy to me.
I don't think I wanna
all
know.
the school children saw the same thing, interviewed by a psychologist, said the same thing and separately when they're alone, drew it, 20 years later, say it, teachers that were there
What did
said
they
it.
see?
Said a fucking UFO landed and a little dude came out and telepathically spoke to them and said that like you're killing the world with technology, like the world you need to stop being so married to technology, you're going to destroy the world.
When was this?
1996.
Oh, we've gone
94.
downhill from there.
Yeah,
It was
fuck oath.
94. This was the year
94.
I was born.
But how telling, like isn't
You're
that
special.
interesting? But like yeah, they still believe in it. It's just fucking crazy. Like that shit, and then people will say mass hysteria and stuff, and maybe because I mean religion's done that a lot too. When something's inexplicable, they'll be like mass hysteria, but I don't know. It's all pretty fucking crazy stuff. But then you just venture down the rabbit hole of like, people just use that stuff. Like when something's absurd or a phenomenon, people very quickly try and attach meaning to it. And you can't like attach meaning to shit that is inexplicable because then you're just like a religion. Like you're just like doing the same.
I just like to not think too much. It's nice in my head, usually.
Yeah, I've gone from like being heavily political and progressive to like being progressive and quiet about it because like too much upsets me all the time. It's not good for me.
I think because I love space, but I like the scary parts of space. Like I like thinking about Mars. Used to have water, maybe had an atmosphere. Probably if it had water, gone, like completely blown away by fucking radiation and wind and shit.
Crazy.
But I think with conspiracies, people can get really scared because you're on the planet for like 70 years and you're dead. You're probably not going to see anything. You're probably not going to experience shit. I think human beings think we're all going to experience it. Like it's inbred in us for
Yeah.
whatever reason.
Well, it's like
Yeah.
That,
apocalypses.
we're preparing. Everyone thinks they're going to be alive for the end of the world. Everyone thinks this year's going to be the end of the world. They're going to experience shit.
I was
Most likely not.
so horrified of 2012. Well, I mean, it's the end of the world for us. I think that's what it is like dealing with mortality. So everyone thinks there's an apocalypse because the end of
way to cope.
Yeah, and like the end of existence for someone is an apocalypse for them personally. Like it's not like, a fucking meteor hits or the world goes through climate change. What's not going to happen is the world's dead forever. What's going to happen is humanity might die, but like we might come back. Like it's all just a very selfish way to look at things in apocalypse. I mean, 2012, when I was 13, so 2008 or 9, I was already horrified of meteorites because the
Same.
idea of like that happening. But 2012 scared the fucking shit out of
Same.
me. Before the movie came out, I was 13 and I would think about it every day. I would research it because I was so
Did you
scared.
like see it on like Facebook or some shit?
I just was like back before the internet was Facebook and shit. I didn't have Facebook. I just like
Because I remember the story of the Mayan.
Yeah, it was the Mayan
before
calendar.
movie, but I thought that was like marketing.
No, the Mayan calendar thing was a big conspiracy for a long time.
Yeah.
And 2012 was actually a year that everyone spoke about for a long time. And so it was actually like a pretty popular apocalypse theory, and it scared the fucking shit
I got
out of me.
invited
And then
to
they were
an-
doing the test, right? Like they were doing the
Hadron Collider. That was
Yeah,
2009, though. I'm pretty sure that was cool, really.
I remember them doing a test
There was
in 2012 for it,
They
and
always
people were
do that.
relating it to the possibility
Of a black
it.
hole swallowing us all up. But it's like the same with the nukes. When you find out in Oppenheimer, there was like they did theories and tests to see, and there was like there was a chance that launching a nuke would burn up our entire atmosphere
Cause a
in a
chain
chain reaction. That's
reaction.
fucking insane.
They still did it anyway.
They're like, fuck it.
No, I got invited to an end of world party in 2012, and I didn't go because I was too scared. And I was like, well, if I'm going to die, I'm going to die with my family, not with you freaks.
I sat up all night watching, I sat up
movie.
all night with my friends on Skype and we were just talking. And I was like, it's not going to fucking happen. And I was horrified. And then it never happened. Unless it did in an alternate dimension.
Oh, 'cause everything's happening always all at once.
And we simply pass on to every time there's an opportunity for us to die, our consciousness just moves to the next dimension where we are going to live. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, your hat's fallen off a little bit.
Oh, that's probably why I said that.
There you go.
Nah, 2012. But yeah, no, pretty crazy shit. You know what I mean? And this is the end of the CrackerMilk podcast. Thank you for.
Or
listening.
is it? That's another conspiracy.
Maybe
isn't it?
an alternate dimension. This
Maybe
one
it's
goes for 2 hours.
yeah. Maybe it's still going.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe the government.
Government?
The government comes in and gets us with the guns.
What are you seeing?
Downloading
What are you downloading?
more porn.
Okay. Thanks for listening to the CrackerMilk podcast. We hope you had fun. And if you want to see the full extended uncut version of this, you can on our Patreon. And if you want to sponsor us, Rode, so we can get some new mics and a mixer, do it, please, because I'm sick of this.
Also, tell us your favorite conspiracies in the comments, and also get yourself a cool hat.
Yeah, we sell these
Yeah.
online. These are $5,000. You can get the Elias special for $13,000.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Are you okay?
I mean, I'm crying inside.
When you take that hat off, what's weird is the point is still on your head. That's
yeah,
not a part
that's
of
why I
the
had
hat.
to get a custom made.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Nick's a
the-
house.
Yeah.
Do you wish?
Brick house. Sorry.
Do you wish they remade Need for Speed? I do.
My next conspiracy theory is that Goob is Zac Efron.
He's old Robert De Niro.
Yeah, more Robert De Niro, or that guy from Vampire Diaries, or old.
Which guy
who
from
did you say
Vampire
the other day?
Diaries?
The squinty guy dude.
Oh, you're James Franco. You can do a good James Franco.
Oh yeah.
Or like
No,
Chinese
no.
man.
See, that's James Franco doing a Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
All right, bye everyone.
Bye guys.